Well, it's back to school next week for students all across Ontario, and many teachers, parents, and students have been wondering what the sex education curriculum will look like. Well, City News has learned from GTA school boards that there will be no changes to high school students. They will be taught last year's curriculum. However, there will be some changes for public elementary schools. During the provincial election campaign earlier this year, Doug Ford's Conservatives promised to scrap the controversial sex education curriculum that was introduced by the previous Liberal government in 2015 and conduct a province-wide consultation aimed at developing a new curriculum. Last week, the Conservatives issued the revised interim curriculum, only to be used by elementary teachers come September. In a letter to teachers, the Director of Education for the Toronto District School Board says that staff are still reviewing the interim curriculum to see which topics are covered. The note reads in part, "We have been vocal about our concerns with regards to the inclusion of important topics such as online safety, gender identities, sexual orientation, and consent. It is already clear that many important topics remain in the curriculum." And a similar note from the Peel District School Board tonight. "I have every confidence that Peel educators will deliver the provided curriculum in ways that align with ministry direction and human rights legislation, while creating learning spaces that are safe, inclusive, and focused on student success and well-being." But the Toronto Catholic District School Board will not entirely be using Ford's interim sex plan for grades 1 to 8. Those teachers will be sticking with the program they've been using since 2015, which they claim teaches sexual education through a Catholic lens, including LGBTQ issues. In a statement to City News, a board spokesperson writes, "All Catholic school boards in Ontario deliver the sexuality component of the provincial curriculum using the Fully Alive program, and the Toronto Catholic District School Board will continue to use the most recent version of this document." Parents and teachers alike are still not sure what to expect. Are you confused about the sex ed? Do you know what's going on? Do you know?
No, nobody knows what's going on. I'm a teacher, and I'd love to know what's going on. We teach to the current standard of, we teach to what's happening in the world today. It's the same way that a science teacher isn't just going to teach to the specifics of the science curriculum. If there's been a new development, even if it's not necessarily in the curriculum, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't discuss what's current.
I think that it's important that children hear the right things, but I also think that it's important that they hear it at the right age.
And teachers with the Dufferin and Peel Catholic District School Board will also be teaching the 2015 Fully Alive sex ed curriculum, just like their Toronto counterparts. And I did receive a statement from the ministry today saying, in Ontario, the Minister of Education is responsible for issuing curriculum guidelines, while implementation of policy is the responsibility of school boards. Teachers plan lessons, develop a variety of teaching approaches, and select appropriate resources to address the curriculum, taking into account the diverse learning needs of their students. In Toronto, Sean Cowan, City News.